Hey YouTube, it's been pretty rainy out here. It's just pretty much miserable. Everything's all flooded around here, but even though we got some bad weather and it's miserable outside, we are starting to lay our floor on the inside. So let's go ahead and we'll go inside and I'll show you the hardwood floor that we're using. So my wife, she really liked this bamboo floor that was at Lowe's. And the bamboo floor, it was a distressed bamboo floor. It was solid hardwood, and it was like $5 to $6 a square foot. So that was outside of our price range. So we started looking for alternatives, and we found a distressed bamboo floor from Lumber Liquidators is where this is from. And it looked very similar. The color and the distressing is very similar to Lowe's. The difference is this is a 7.5 inch wide plank. So these planks compared to the solid hardwood at Lowe's, and so there's less planks to go on. And these are very uniform. They're 6 foot long, 7.5 inches wide. I've looked at this is an engineered product. This is an engineered hardwood floor. So only the top layer is the true hardwood, and it has a 3 millimeter thick piece of bamboo, so it's a fairly thick layer of bamboo. Some of them are pretty thin out there, and the reason being is probably because of all of this distressing. It has to be thick enough so that it can get all these grooves and distressed look that it has. And then looking at engineered floors, a lot of them I didn't like, I'll be honest with you. I was not happy with their construction. Most of them have an MDF core, at least at Lumber Liquidators. Most of them had an MDF core, which is medium density fiberboard. And basically it's a bunch of sawdust compressed with glue. And that stuff, in my experience with MDF, if it gets wet, it swells up and doesn't look good. You know, it starts expanding on you and warping. Now this here, you can probably not tell in this camera shot, but this here is actually got a plywood core. So this has actually got some really nice, good quality plywood. That is the core, and then it has the bamboo surface on top of it. So I was real happy with that it's plywood instead of MDF. And then also, where you nail, you're nailing through the plywood. So this is actually applied with a stapler, a flooring stapler. So it just uses a staple gun that's specially for flooring to nail this down. And a solid bamboo floor, you have to use a nailer, and then bamboo is really hard too. So it's hard to nail. So this nails down very easy. So that's another reason that I like this. And being the 7.5 inch planks, I'm putting on a lot less planks than compared to a solid hardwood floor. So hopefully that will speed up the time on this. What we're using to put down the floor with is this stapler. This is a flooring stapler, and it has some adjustments here to help meet the subfloor with this one, and this one should sit on top of your flooring, and you can adjust both of these. And then this little orange part here, it fits in the groove, and that's where your staple is going to get nailed out at. So this is fully adjustable to the thickness of the floor. Our floor is a 9/16 thickness, so we got this adjusted, and then we're just putting staples in, and then basically this is what it gets loaded with. It's a really long, about 1.5 inch staple, and then I'm putting a staple or a couple staples about every 6 inches, so this thing's really nailed down when I'm done. Now, I did have to purchase this. I can't remember how much it was. Actually, it wasn't that bad, I don't think. I think it was less than $100, not for sure. But still saving money than paying an installer to put this in. So I probably won't be able to use this tool again after this construction project. It's probably something that I can just put on Craigslist for sale when I'm done. But buying this tool is still cheaper than paying an installer to put this floor down. So we're still money ahead. Now to start the first row, what we did is we ended up measuring from this far corner out, and we put us a line down here, and then basically we did the same thing from the far corner in the bedroom, measured out. You won't be able to see this, but we put a chalk line and made us a straight line from here to there, and then we measured off of that line to start our first row. Now the reason that being is I want this floor to flow into the other floor and be seamless, and I don't want to have any transitions between the rooms. So we set us up a nice straight line from end to end, and then hopefully, since we're using that as a reference, when these two floors from the bedroom meet in the hallway, everything will be straight, and we'll have a seamless hardwood floor throughout the house. Well, it's now the next day. It's not raining today, thank goodness, but it is a little cold, so we got a fire started in here today. You can see we got the floor here in the great room. We got it to the point where it was starting to transition down the hallway. After that point, we went ahead and moved back here to the bedroom, and we started laying the bedroom out. So we got our bedroom back here, got it all laid, and then we got the master closet in there, got it laid also. And then when we came here to the hallway to transition the two rooms together, I was hoping that it would be just an endless transition, but we ended up being basically 1/4 of an inch off. So we won't have all the way flowing into the bedroom without a transition. So we're gonna have to put a transition piece here in this doorway. So what that means is we're gonna bring the floor from the great room into the doorway, and we're gonna cut it off all nice and even. We'll do the same with the bedroom. It'll come in here and it'll get cut off in the doorway, and then there'll be a transition piece that will trim out between those two pieces. So when you're looking at it, it will almost seem seamless, but those lines will be just a little bit of 1/4 of an inch off from lining up, but hopefully that transition piece will break that up enough that it's not noticeable. As you can see, now we have the floor is now complete. It took us a total of 4 days to be able to get that done. I ended up having to take a day off work just to be able to get that completed. That is the first day I've had to take off this year. So far I've been getting all this work done on the weekends, saving up my vacation for when we actually have to put the oil stain on the house. But as you can look down the hallway, you can see right here where where we transition into the master bedroom, how it didn't quite line up. So we had to leave this cutout in between the rooms, and in that cutout is where we'll put a transition piece, and that'll cover that all up. And that transition piece is the same color of bamboo and will match, and everything will look nicely. Over here to the right, this is the half bath, and it transitions in there fine. And then over here we have the laundry room, and everything is seamless through this section. Now back in the master bedroom, it stops right here at the master bathroom. That is going to get some type of tile. And then it is seamless, of course, to the master closet. So everything turned out pretty good. I'm happy with the way it went down and how well it went down, but the only issue I have is just look at the dust, the footprints on the floor. You can see them here. It does show dust very badly. So we will have to definitely have a no shoe policy in the house, but and we'll definitely have to dust it daily. But that's how it was. That's kind of how it is with hardwood floors. We had the same kind of issue with our last hardwood floor, but real happy with the way it turned out. Well, now that the dark floor is down, my wife pointed out that it's helping bring out some of the other features in the room that's dark. Right now we've got the mantelpiece above the fireplace. It's a walnut mantelpiece, and it will help, kind of goes with the floor. And then the light fixtures in the room, they have some kind of dark wood accents to them as well. And then later on we're going to be putting in dark hickory cabinets in the kitchen. So we're going to have cabinets that come along here in the kitchen, and we're going to have an island, and they're going to be kind of a darker hickory, but it won't be as dark as the floor. So we're going to also have more of a walnut colored hickory cabinet coming soon, and hopefully all them elements will go together. So coming up soon here, working on the house, is we've got all our interior doors. We've got 14 interior doors that we have to stain and finish and then hang here in the house. And then we've got trim to put up around the doors and around the windows. You can see we've already kind of started on that. This window here is already all trimmed out. And so we'll have doors and trim coming up soon. We also got a project here with one of these barrels. We're going to make a sink out of one of these barrels. We've got a copper sink to put in the barrel, and then like a bronze colored faucet. And we're going to make us a little sink base out of one of these barrels, and that's going to go in our half bath. So that's another project coming soon. As soon as the heat pump gets finished installed, I'll probably go ahead and have a video on the mechanical room and show everything that's in here and how we have it all set up. Also, the stonemason, he's coming back, and he's going to go ahead and put the stone on the upper part of the chimney. But to do that, he's going to have to build a scaffold on top of the roof here and a scaffold on the other side over there, so that he can be able to reach all that. So that'll be interesting to see that get all done and see how he does that. So we got more videos coming on the log home build. Thanks for watching.